All right, folks, so I have done installed the ignition wire. I did the same way as I did the turn signal. I just tied it together, just make sure everything is working properly. So the first wire is the yellow wire. That is going to go for your safety neutrals, safety wire. That's the purple. Then you're going to come to the black and blue wire. Those are accessory 1 and 2 wire. I got the budget kit, so the budget kit only comes with one accessory ignition wire. So I called them, they said it's okay, you only need one, because basically one covers, like, you know, if you got your key in the ignition, you hear the buzzer, you forget your headlights. It's basically one is just for warning. That's up if you want to keep that, you could just wire it in, but I'm not gonna need all that. So that's what the blue wire for, or the red, it depends on which one you want to use it for. I mean the black or blue wire. And then you're gonna come to the brown wire. That should be your 4th wire on the ignition. That one's for your, if I'm not mistaken, ignition coil. That goes to the pink. And then after that, you're left with the last wire, and that is basically the battery. And that one goes for ignition power. So that's the one that keeps basically your ignition switch hot all the time and connects to the starter. So you know when you turn your key, she's ready to fire her up. So the next thing I'm doing now is for the headlight switch. As you can see, here's for the Mopar headlight switch. So I have the connector somewhere in the dang car. So once I connect that up, I'm gonna show you which wire goes where. Like, the whole point of me trying to do this is to just make it as simple as possible so you can do it yourself and you won't feel intimidated by this wiring mess like most people are. So just stay tuned. All right, folks, so as you can see, I basically got the headlight switch wired up, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so I got the lights or headlight switch, you want to call it, wired up. So basically how this goes is you got your brown wire for your front parking light, and the other one is for your tail lights. So that's going to be wire number 29. As you can see, my 29 is tail lights, and then you're going to have 27 for front parking lights. So this basically, when you turn on your lights, you know how you have your parking lights come on and then you have your headlights. That's basically what that does. And if you want it to come on simultaneously, that's what it'll do. Then you got your headlight switch. That is this one, but you have to splice it with the headlight switch power. You have to splice it and put it at B2, like I showed earlier. It's labeled B2 is right here where the red wire is, and then B1 is also where you have to put the headlight switch power. So now I have to basically get the dimmer switch, and you already know the dimmer is what adjusts the lightness, well, I should say the brightness of the light. So that's what I'm gonna do now, and I'm gonna show you how you do that. All right, so as you can see, I'm gonna do the dome light right now. So I routed the dome light through here. So basically with this kit, you could basically use whichever wire you want as your ground or power. So I'm gonna use the yellow as the power and the pink as the ground. See, this is the dome light. So basically all you do with the dome light, you just run, basically you're just gonna run the power from the white wire. This is the dome one. So each one of the door dimmer thing switches, you just run a power wire connected back to this white wire that goes to the main harness, and then you just run a ground to it, and that's basically all you do to run the dimmer switch. Oh shoot, let the bird flew in my dang garage. But anyways, yeah, so that's all you have to do for the dimmer switches. And for your interior lighting door switch, you just run this to the positive side of whichever one you want, and then run it back, tie it back to the main wire and harness, and then use the other side as the ground. So that's basically what I'm gonna do, and once I do that, I will show you that too. All right, folks, as you can see, I've done ran the wire, I soldered it. Now what I'm doing, or what I did I should say, is, damn, if I can find the dang wire. So basically I use the pink wire as my ground. See right here, the pink wire is the ground. I use the yellow wire as basically the power. So I basically just soldered and heat shrinked everything together. So as you can see, I got this running here, I got the passenger side there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the ground, and then I ran the ground from both sides, made another one. So this one is gonna be the ground for it, and I'm gonna this ground on the dash. I see on the dash they got something for ground, so I'm gonna use the dash as my ground. So yeah, that's basically how you would wire your dome light using, once again, quick wiring harness. So I'm done with that. I just gotta finish up the switches, and yeah, that's it. Gotta start on the Hemi stuff. All right, so more to come. What's up, folks? Bringing another one out. This is the one I've been doing all the wiring for, as you can see. So basically, I've been having some issue with the Mopar headlight switch, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, my headlight switch doesn't look like that. I have the rally kind. Well, I have the rally dash. You know, the rally dash is something like this. You know, here's the dimmer switch, headlight switch, wiper switch, all that good stuff. Then you got your gauge cluster right there. So when I look at the quick wiring harness, it shows Mopar, but this Mopar wiring harness, well, headlight switch is basically one for something like this. This is one for my Mustang, but it's kind of the same, as you can see. Now, this is for gauges that don't use the rally dash. That's what you use to wire with this one. So I said, oh, snaps. I called them. They weren't much of help on this because they said, I don't know which kind of wiper headlight switch I got. So basically what I'm gonna have to do is go through this block and get, as you can see, the headlight switch out here. I got it out. So now, and that basically is the wire in the first block, the first one, and then there's one on the bottom to get all the wires for the headlight switch. Now I know all those wires are not gonna work, but the reason why I'm being so in-depth with this, because I want to make sure if you use this kit, quick wiring harness, you'll be able to do this wiring correctly with no issues. And that's why I want to make it as easy as possible. It takes time because I got to go through the harness plus other stuff in life, and I got to just research, know exactly what wire does it. It's very time consuming. And now I kind of understand why American Auto Wiring costs like $1,000, because they basically have made every connector plug and play. Compared to quick wire, it goes with all three manufacturers, GM, Ford, Chrysler. So yeah, you got to basically integrate this harness with my quick wiring harness. So that's what I'm doing right now. It's a little time consuming, plus I've been doing some other stuff, but stay tuned. You're gonna see it, but you're gonna see the rest of the video what I've been doing. It's pretty straightforward for the other stuff, but you will see. So more to come. Peace.